He's grown a little since his spell. And, of course, he mixed it with the best of them, didn't he, earlier in the year? Great run in the Magic Millions. Justin Sheehan riding him this afternoon. Chris O'Brien, Glenn Boss and Gavin Eads have been his riders up until now. Now, all efforts being concentrated upon Palm Flyer. But no luck at the moment. Unusual to see her flighty and restless like this. Dan Beasley has dismounted from Palm Flyer, so whether that will do the trick and get her in, well, time will tell. Dan, 49 wins in Sydney for the season. Now, it's rare to see one of the Waterhouse horses play up at the gates. I think they might have just about got her this time. Now, Palm Flyer. It's a little hard to say whether she's there. She is now. All in, racing. And she got the best of it, Palm Flyer, from the outside and leads about a length on settling down from Fixed Stare. Jumping nicely was Chapman. Not far away next is Monologist, followed closely by the favourite Magic Albert on the inside. Chapman making a little ground as they race past the 800. And Palm Flyer from the outside alley gets across onto the rails to lead about a length and a quarter on Magic Albert to a clear second. Monologist in the third spot, about 4 to Chapman, 1 Fixed Stare. Length and a half to Blushing Bird, 500 to go. And Palm Flyer shows the way, a length and a half on Magic Albert. Similar margin, Monologist. This trio have got right away from the last three. Fixed Stare, Chapman and Blushing Bird around the corner. And Justin Sheehan looks very confident on Magic Albert. Palm Flyer leads Magic 3/4 of a length and 4 lengths to Monologist. Now as they come past the 200 marker, and Palm Flyer take on in earnest by Magic Albert. Magic Albert is doing better than Palm Flyer, a minute to Monologist. But Magic Albert quickly put paid to Palm Flyer. And he's back bigger, better and brighter than ever, Magic Albert. That was a soft win. Magic Albert from Palm Flyer. They straighted Monologist, who ran third. Fixed Stare fourth from Blushing Bird and Absolute Chapman. Well, that was a nice piece of work without having to be unduly knocked around, eh? Magic Albert. Very promising colt. $1.50 and $1.10 on Tab Limited. Number 2, Palm Flyer, has paid $1.30. And number 3, Monologist. And the tote for Monologist will be $2.60. 1, 2, 3 on the winner, trained by Albert Stapleford, enjoying his best season on record in the city. By Zetative from Sally Lou, bred by Mr. R.J. Kelly, raced by Mr. D. Wilton and ridden by Justin Sheehan. 1, 2, 3. The time is 1:05:32. Record is at 1:04:08. We'll have sectional details shortly. Quinella, 1:40. Exact at $2 and the trifecta $3.70 and the first 4. The fourth place getter will be coming to hand at any moment, and accordingly it'll then give you the dividend. Okay, well, what we've got, let's fire into. 1, 2, 3, 150, 110 for number 1, 130 for number 2, no third for number 3. Number 4 was the official fourth, Fixed Stare. 1, 2, 3, 4. Waiting on the dividend and the margins on the first event of the day. We'll take a break and then be back. Oh, here's the first 4, $6.20. First 4, $6.20. Okay, that'll be the smallest first 4. We've had some terrific divvies, but it wasn't hard to find them in that order, was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, and accordingly the dividend, $6.20. More coming up shortly.
Twilight Years is getting tired. He'll score. He fell into score by a half length. Nearly a dead heat second. Might be a Malfi Interest just in front of Hunter Hermitage, but it was...
With Atomic Love settling down. Just off them now, Wedge Tail Eagle, Gala Snip. Melbourne Crown the inside, and further back Rich Ruby Red. Jamaica Win the middle from Manly and Heart of Egypt. The leader over on the inside, Zafir, about a head in front. On the outside of it, Atomic Love, a length, Gala Snip. Katango a length away, fourth the fence, a length further back then. Wedge Tail Eagle, Manly out a little deep. Jamaica Win up in the middle, 2 lengths further back, Rich Ruby Red from Melbourne Crown. 3 to Heart of Egypt last of all, 5.50 out, Atomic Love. Had its head in front now from Zafir, a length, Gala Snip. Katango a length off them, about to get a run between horses further back then Manly. Wedge Tail Eagle under under pressure, and further back Jamaica Win. On the turn, though, and Atomic Love in front. Katango about to try and angle back to the inside. They're followed by Gala Snip in the straight. Atomic Love the leader. Katango starting to pick up on the inside, coming home well. Katango's got up quickly to this leader now, and on the outside, Rich Ruby Red with a late run, but Katango in front. Katango a half length, Rich Ruby Red. Third on the line, Atomic Love, I'd say, just in front of Gala Snip. They brushed on the line. A gap in the race further back. Heart of Egypt picked up ground from Jamaica Win. Further back in the middle is Manly from Melbourne Crown, Wedgetail Eagle, and near the tail is Zafir.
1 Katango, J Wings, $4.70 and $1.70. 8 Rich Ruby Red, $2.90. 2 Atomic Love, $2.90. Whilst Newcastle, 9 Twilight Years, $9.20, $2.60. 1 Amalfi Interest, $2. 6 Hunter Hermitage, $2.10.
Hasham Tailoring is your made-to-measure suit specialist, tailoring suits to fit you as well as your budget. Sam uses only the best imported and local materials, and combined with his years of experience, will meet all your tailoring needs. There's no one Sam can't fit, and all suits are made on the premises. Hasham Tailoring also stocks an amazing range of ready-made suits. So for suits to suit, with quality and service guaranteed, call into Hasham Tailoring, Phillip Street, Parramatta, opposite the Park Royal.
Now, awaiting the third number, Melbourne.
With Gala Snip just near the line, Rich Ruby Red was pulling good ground down the middle, running on well, beaten about a half length. But we had Atomic Love just, let's have a look at the head on here, just seeming to run out under pressure, seemed to come away from Katango and came out and brushed with Gala Snip. It was right virtually on the line. It might have been a bit too close to the line, but there was contact between the third and fourth mares there on the post, or right near the post, the shadows of the post. 1, 8 and 2. 1, 8, 2. 1, 8.
Right, first off, we have the Newcastle totes.
The first event here at Newcastle, $9.20 and $2.60 for 9 Twilight Years, $2 for number 1 Amalfi Interest, and $2.10 for 6 Hunter Hermitage. The Quinella $22.80, the Exacta $61.60, and the trifecta on 9, 1 and 6, $273.90.
They won by the favourite, won very comfortably. Magic Albert, he looks as though he's come back in great nick, but only a short preparation this time, and then out again and back for the spring. Number 1 Magic Albert, Justin Sheehan, beat 2 Palm Flyer by 2 lengths. 9 lengths away, third 3 Monologist, and number 4 ran fourth. Now we're waiting for Wingrove to come in. Midnight Avenue has settled reasonably well, tossing its head up and down. And we're ready for action. This is the Foresight, race number 2. They're off this time. Midnight Avenue seemed to come out quite well. Cafe Pompey left best, commencing quickly Wingrove. Lord Denning in third spot from Chrysler Mirage, and then comes Erogenous and Midnight Avenue, and 3 lengths to Coliseum. They go along past the 14, and Wingrove a clear-cut leader now by more than a length on Chrysler Mirage. In third spot, a length and a half away is Cafe Pompey. 2 lengths further back is Lord Denning, followed by Midnight Avenue. Second last is Erogenous, and last of all another 2 away Coliseum. He's not travelling all that generously, this favourite Midnight Avenue. He's giving Pengelly a pretty torrid ride. He's getting his head up and he's inclined to hang, and as they come onto the side, Wingrove the leader. Narrowly though from Chrysler Mirage, about a half length in it. Third, another 2 away Cafe Pompey inside of Lord Denning, and then comes Midnight Avenue. Coliseum is starting to work around the favourites outside, and Erogenous close up on the inner. They work their way to the 600 marker in the second here at Randwick, and Wingrove a neck. Chrysler Mirage a length to Lord Denning. Coliseum 4 and 5 wide, and then Cafe Pompey, Erogenous, and last of all is Midnight Avenue. He'd be 6 lengths off the lead, and he'll have to go straight to the outside. Around the corner they travel. Lord Denning and Wingrove in front from Coliseum. A length and a half to Midnight Avenue. Well, Pengelly's got the stick on the favourite. It wanted to hang in, and as they come down to the 200, Wingrove just in front of Lord Denning, and then Coliseum. Midnight Avenue is not going on with it. Lord Denning is the danger to Wingrove, and Lord Denning quickly pounced on Wingrove, clear of Coliseum, and then the favourite Midnight Avenue. But Lord Denning first up for his new trainer today, has beaten Wingrove and Coliseum. Midnight Avenue a real handful today. Oh, he's got a bit to learn, followed by Cafe Pompey, Erogenous, and Chrysler Mirage has run last. Number 5, Lord Denning, first up for the new stable today, has been able to score $13.80 in fact, and $4.40 Lord Denning by Dr. Grace from Candescent. Trained now by John Hawkes, formerly with John Sires, owned by Mrs. K and Mr. A. Chrysalou, and ridden by Rodney Quinn. Number 5, the winner, Lord Denning, in a race that saw the favourite Midnight Avenue really throw a few tantrums. Number 2 is second, Wingrove, written by Dan Beasley, has paid $3.50. And third goes to number 4, Coliseum, Brent Stanley, insufficient starters for third tape. The Quinella, $40.70, Exacta $117.80, and the trifecta $480.20. All right, well, here's race number 2. Well, he just didn't settle at any stage of the race, Midnight Avenue. He went round to the barrier with the clerk of the course, went round passively, but he went it okay, minus Brad Pengelly. A little bit fidgety in the gates, jumped all right, but the moment they settled down, he wanted to pull, he wanted to reef, he wanted to hang, he wanted to get his head up, and oh boy, that's the worst I've ever seen him. I've seen him 3 times now. He went all right here and was unluckily beaten, not his fault, on the 12th of May. He went well here at his return on the 18th of April, but to...
Now they're ready. Set for the Coal Reason, signal given racing. Ugachaka, a little bit slow into stride, was last to hit the ground, and one of the first out, Eyes on Success. Harpenny Bridge quickly got the lead from it. Settling down, Harpenny Bridge went out from Vitara, pushing up on the inside of it. Then Eyes on Success, Gallop and Another Belt, and 2 or 3 further back, Raptor, followed by Readiness, and Ugachaka last of all around the first turn at the 850, and the leader is Harpenny Bridge, going out 2.5 in front now from in second placing Vitara. A half to Gallop third, 2 lengths Another Belt, Eyes on Success, the grey on the inside. 2 or 3 further back, Ugachaka now making ground around the outside of Readiness, and 3 to Raptor was going a little greenly last of all, 600 out. Harpenny Bridge being joined by Vitara. Gallop makes a line of 3 further out. 1.5 lengths, Eyes on Success, and here comes Ugachaka, 4 and 5 wide, but rounding them up out deep around Another Belt. Then Readiness back to the inside. Ugachaka's come with a long run up on the outside to hit the front on the home turn, and skipped away now the filly, 1.5 lengths, 2 in front of Gallop. Then Vitara, Harpenny Bridge, and further back then Eyes on Success. But Ugachaka, look at it go in the straight. It's got a break of 4 or 5 in front of Gallop and Eyes on Success, and then Harpenny Bridge. But this is going to canter home with the ears up on the line. Ugachaka wins it about 8 to 9 lengths. Almost a dead heat. It might be Eyes on Success. A nose Gallop for second and third. A gap then to Readiness, followed by Captor, Harpenny Bridge, Another Belt, and last of all, Vitara. It's cantered home.
Big win, Ugachaka, number 6. Esbasta, 170, 120, 1 Eyes on Success, 170, 4 Gallop, $2.
Number 6, Ugachaka. Esbasta, last to leave the gate, rounded up the field, came 5, 6 wide off the back, and has left them behind. After the photo, number 1, Eyes on Success, grabs second, right on the line. Number 4, Gallop, Never Wilson is third, 6, 1 and 4. 6, 1, 4. Well, it's only winter form, I suppose, and one can't be making too many bold predictions about this, and we won't, but that's trotted in. Absolutely trotted in. It is a little tardy out of the gates, as we saw at Sandown, and overcame difficulties there, but today it sat last, whipped around the outside, picked them up probably at about the 700 metre mark when it was tagging on, and away it went, and it...
And 6, Ugachaka, 170 the win, 120 for the place, 1 Eyes on Success, 170, 4 Gallops, $2. Quinella, 540, Exacta 770, 614 Trifecta, 3640.
On 2KY, TA...
Flying Visit is now a clear-cut favourite over Retrace, thanks to a couple of big bets. Set to go now in race 3. Lord Denning won the previous, and Magic Albert the first. 1,550 is the journey. Gates are back, they're off. Desert Sands and Retrace smartest to begin. Flying Visit hopped out well, and then Chapel Lane, followed by, on the inside, Transmit, Catch You Later on a limb, and then King's Touch and Richie's Classic. A couple to Thunderwin, Imposing Fortune, and Absolute is Pure Speed. Flying Visit, the favourite, is the leader, and at the 1,200 has a break of 3/4 of a length to a length on the second pick. Retrace, Desert Sands next wide out, followed by Transmit on the inside between horses Chapel Lane. Little over a length's gap then to Catch You Later, followed led by Richie's Classic. A length further off is King's Touch, 2.5 to Thunder Win around the grey, Imposing Fortune and Pure Speed at the tail of the field. They come onto the side of the track in race number 3, and Flying Visit at the 800 holds a lead of a length on. Retrace third as Desert Sands, covering a good deal of additional territory. Transmit fourth from Chapel Lane, and 2 lengths Catch You Later wide. King's Touch in the middle over near the rails is Richie's Classic. A length and a half into Pure Speed. Thunder Win it's outside, Imposing Fortune it's inner. Towards the corner they travel at the 500, and Flying Visit 3/4 of a length on. Retrace. Desert Sands wide from the word go third. Transmit waiting for a run fourth, and then King's Touch and Thunder Win to the outside. Flying Visit immediately attacked by Desert Sands, who hits the front. Retrace under pressure. Flying Visit can't go on at the moment, and here's Thunder Win accelerating down the outside. He's putting in the longies, Thunder Win. He's going after Desert Sands, a race in 2. Thunder Win is going home maybe a little bit better. Desert Sands won't give in. Desert Sands comes back. Desert Sands, what a game win, thank you. Reckon Desert Sands over Thunder Win, close third. Retrace with King's Touch wider out. Flying Visit the fence, and then came Pure Speed, Richie's Classic, Transmit at absolute of the field. Bar 2 was Chapel Lane, tailed right off. Refer to Imposing Fortune and Catch You Later. Stand by for the results of race number 3 this afternoon. Gee, he really pulled out plenty when Thunder Win tackled Desert Sands. He just refused point blank to give in. Desert Sands fought back on the inside, and the judge will call for the photo. Desert Sands and Thunder Win in a head-bobbing go to the line. We're waiting for the number to come up, and it will be Desert Sands, and there it is. Number 2, Desert Sands, RM Quinners first, has paid 640 and 170 wide all the way, a top win. Double to John Hawkes. Number 5, second, Thunder Win, looked odds on at the 250. Janus has paid 190, and number 10, third, and that is King's Touch. Brent Stanley has paid $13.10. Quinella at $29.90, exacta $41.40. The trifecta 101,697.80. And the first 4, number 4 has run 4th there, and that was Retrace, and the dividend will be along in just a moment. The winner is by Dane Wynn from Desert Wish, and is raced by His Excellency Nasser Luter, bred by Emirates Park, Victoria, trained by John Hawkes, and ridden by Rodney Quinn. So it's a double for John. He produced Lord Denning for the first time today, taking him over from John Size, and Rodney moving him over the line, and now Desert Sands winning. All right, we've got the first 4 at 4,846.80, 4,846.80. Now, Leslie, you were saying?
It's at New Zealand.
Off and running now. Mr. Detroit was slow, and Pell got back a bit, as too did Natella and Hippolyte.
40, the trifecta on 8, 14 and 12, $1,295.40. The runners are coming back to scale. We'll have weight and the time, 54.48, 54.48.
Just behind them on the inside of the first flight. Further out is Nautilism from Covered Cross, followed by Loose Truth, Bill Tim and Prince Lemaire dropping back with Real Zeal. Over the second they go, and swinging to the back in the first round, Les Vos Ruler about a length and a half in front, to 2 lengths in front of Prince Keystone, and Evans Advantage is restrained today third. Moving up on the outside fourth now as they go into the back is Langmore Lane. A length then to Bill Tim around Nautilism, Covered Cross the inside, 1 further back Loose Truth, 3 then to Prince Lemaire, and last of all Real Zeal. Here's the third flight coming up along the back on the first round. Les Vos Ruler came to it, handled it well, a length and a half in front of Prince Keystone. 2 lengths further back in the race, Evans Advantage, third today. A length and a half, Langmore Lane. Building moving up from Covered Cross, Nautilism. Loose Truth, 2 or 3, Prince Lemaire, and last of all, Real Zeal. Coming by the 2,600 metre mark on the first round, they've gone over 3. There are 2 down the side on the first lap, and Les Vos Ruler is in front. Here's the first of the double on the first round, about 3/4 Prince Keystone. 2.5 further back is Built Him from Langmore Lane. Evans Advantage the inside. 2 to Nautilism back running 6. Loose Truth outside it as they pop over the next. All Nautilism got into that one. He reached for it, the favourite. Loose Truth outside him, a length and a half, Covered Cross, and then Real Zeal going up outside Prince Lemaire the Grey. coming through that gap onto the course proper for the first time. 2,000 metres to go, and Prince Keystone is going up on the outside and starting to shade Les Vosrula, and he goes to the front, Prince Keystone, into the straight now at the one here in front of the stands. Prince Keystone 2.5 in front of Les Vosrula. 3 further back built him as they hop over that from Evans Advantage the inside. Loose Truth is tracking deep around Langmore Lane. 3 further back is Nautilism. 2 lengths into Covered Cross from Prince Lemaire. Real Zeal last of all. Just under a lap from home. They've gone over 6 to go as they go out towards the 1600, and Prince Keystone carts them out there about 2 lengths in front now from Les Vosrula. Loose Truth is tracking deep but going up third. Evans Advantage fourth. The half built him is running fifth, back from where they started. 4 lengths Langmore Lane. Nautilism outside it. 2 to Covered Cross. 1 Prince Lemaire and Real Zeal. Here's the double, the first time round. This is the first one they face up again. And Prince Keystone jumped it well from Les Vosrula, and Loose Truth out in the middle as they go to the next. 2 lengths to Evans Advantage. 3 further back built him. Langmore Lane. Nautilism about 6 off the lead. Now he's starting to creep forward. 3 lengths to Covered Cross, followed by Real Zeal and Prince Lemaire. To the back they race now for the final time at the 1,000-metre mark. Prince Keystone a half in front. Loose Truth has moved up on the outside, 1.5 lengths into Les Vosrula. 1 to Evans Advantage and built him. 2 to Nautilism. He's back 6th, about 4 lengths from the lead. Taken to the outside, and he got a good flight at it and put in a beautiful leap there, Nautilism. Off the back they race. 3 flights out, 8.50 out. Prince Keystone, 3/4 Loose Truth. Nautilism travels up on the outside third, running into it from Les Vosrula. Evans Advantage on the outside of it, then built him, and further back then Real Zeal. Nautilism now 3 flights to go, has loomed up quickly, and over that one he jumped it well, landed 1.5 lengths in front of Loose Truth and Prince Keystone, and then Evans Advantage. 2 flights to go, cutting back to the inside, and Nautilism flew over that, skimmed about 4 in front. From Loose Truth, Evans Advantage. Prince Keystone's called it a day. Real Zeal to 4th, followed by Built Him. Then Les Vosrula. But he's flying, Nautilism in front. He's gone 5, 6 in front of Evans Advantage. Loose Truth and Built Him, and further back than Real Zeal. 1 flight out. And on the flat here, it's Nautilism turning for home. Durden looked over his shoulder. He's 8 in front of Evans Advantage and Loose Truth. Here he comes to the last. Here he comes to it now. Over it safely, home. He's 8 in front of Evans Advantage. Built Him battling on with Real Zeal, but Nautilism canters to the line, eased right up by Durden by 4 or 5. Terrific go for the miners. Real Zeal's poked through with Built Him and Evans Advantage. They nearly ran over the top of Nautilism after the line from Loose Truth. A gap then to Les Vosrula, followed by Prince Keystone, Prince Lemaire, Langmore Lane, and last of all, he hasn't fired today, Covered Cross.
9 Nautilism, C. Durden, 2.40 the winner, $1.20 for the place. 10 Real Zeal at $4.60, 3 Les Vosrula at $2.90. Now just ahead of going back to Brian, Newcastle correct weight 8.14.12.
For race 4, journey 1,400 metres, and the racing Maestro Maker seemed to come out very awkwardly, and Tia sailed straight to the lead, tackled for the front spot by Norman's Way. He'll get there now from Tia. Kid third on the inside and being passed by Shows On, and then Ragnar over on the fence, 1.5 lengths to King Win. Over on its inside is Young Lang Syne, 2 lengths La Destina, 3/4 Maestro Maker. On and around the first corner they travel, and Norman's Way by 3 on Tia and 1/2 to Shows On. 2 lengths further back Ragnar, after 3/4 the favourite Kid. A couple further back King Win, and then comes Young Lang Syne, La Destina, and bringing up the rear is Maestro Maker with 800 to travel, and Norman's Way 1.25 lengths now on Tia, 3/4 to Shows On, putted out pretty wide, and then comes Ragnar on the inside of Kid. 2.5 further back Young Lang Syne, 1 length to King Win, hard ridden from Maestro Maker, and bringing up the rear is La Destina. This is the order coming to the corner at the 500. Norman's Way getting away again about 2 lengths. Tia is second as they straighten up. 1 length further back is Kid, called upon by Dan Beasley, and Ragnar's over on the inside in the stretch at the 250, and Norman's Way a couple of lengths on Kid, starting to extend. Ragnar the inside, and then Tia, Maestro Maker and Young Lang Syne. Kid is taking a half hour to get to Norman's Way. He can't go on with it. The favourite Ragnar second. Norman's Way is pulling out plenty, Ragnar, and Maestro Maker late, but Norman's Way will win it. Norman's Way wins from almost a dead heat between Ragnar and Maestro Maker. Tia, Kid, and then Young Lang Syne, La Destina, and a long, long margin to the last pair, Shows On and King Win. Placings, race 4, number 4, Norman's Way, Rodney Quinn, $11.80 and $3.20. It'll be a very close go for second and third between Ragnar and Maestro Maker. Maestro Maker, Ragnar, but Norman's Way has made it a winning treble for Rodney Quinn in the last 3 races. By Lordly Looker from Homely Bell is a bay gelding, a 5-year-old, trained out at Warwick Farm by Graham Norman for B.D. Norman and Miss S.A. Brown. Start 25 and win number 7. No numbers up. Time is there at 1:24.60. Yes, they're not running flash times on this dead track this afternoon, but 4 Norman's Way has been able to score, but it is desperately close for the 2nd and 3rd. In that photo, number 7 Maestro Maker was showing at $2.90 and 9 Ragnar at $8.20. So they can't put the win number up, despite the fact it has won clearly, until they get the completed first 4. Then they've got to go up, well, the first 3. Blanco, here we go. 4, 9 and 7 are official. Number 4, Norman's Way, Rod Quinn, the winner. 9 is 2nd, Ragnar, Nigel Seymour. And number 7, 3rd, Maestro Maker, ridden by Brent Stanley. 4, 9, 7, 4th to come. And a break, and then we'll be back with all the news.
Now, a bit to pick up the button. Ready to jump. The lights are flashing. Set. Racing, Tycoon Jester left fairly on the inside. Pelt was fast away. Ganja, Dolce Veloce showing a lot of pace, and Vita driving through in the centre, going up to be 2nd. Ele France is caught a little wide. Paladama's next in the centre. Wanmo getting back in company with Charelma. Then Barra Win and English Tycoon immediately drops to the rear. Pelt goes to the front. They're going to the 1,000. It's Pelt being joined by Ele France on the outside. Dolce Veloce, she's going to trail 3rd on the inside of Vita, who's a handy 4th. Tycoon Jester is 5th on the inside there of Ganja, followed by Charelma. She's 4 back along the rails. Wanmo starting to go forward, but she's off the track as she starts to improve her position. Barrowin's 2nd last, and English Tycoon is last of all. Peladama's 4th last. As they come down the side, 600 metres to go. Pelt the inside leads narrowly. Ele France is sitting 2nd. Vita's a length away 3rd. Dolce Veloce is 4th over on the rails. 1 to Ganja, Peladama, followed by Tycoon Jester. Charelma, Wanmo still well back with Barrowin and English Tycoon at the rear. They're coming into the straight now. 300 metres to go. Ele France is just in front of Pelt. Vita coming to the outside, coming up to the pair of them. Barrowin saving a ton of ground, is getting right up along the inside and is looming as a major danger. They've got 200 metres to go. Barrowin swept through on the inside, got the miracle run, dashed through, went to the lead from Ele France and Vita, and Barrowin's bolted in. Barrowin by 3 lengths. Ele France 2nd. Vita 3rd, followed in by Wanmo and Tycoon Jester, then Pelt and Charelma. Dolce Veloce, Peladama, English Tycoon and Ganja. I remember calling that 2nd last on the home turn. Barrowin saved every inch of ground.
And has won the race. Number 10, Glen Boss, $34, 7.30, 8 LA Friends at $2.20. 3rd, 5 Vita, return of $2.10. I'm betting the next event from Newcastle. 1 out, 2 Classic Ridge, 11 and 4, 3 Cover to Sun, $4.60, $2. Favourite, 4 High Decree, 7.30, 2.10, 5.
Race 5, Doomben, 10.85, 10 Barrowin, $34 for the win, 7.30 for the place, 8 LA France, 2.20, 5 Vita 3rd, $2.10. Quinella, 93.60, Exacta, $313.10, 10.85 Trifecta, $2,175.20.
On 2KY...
And they'll be set to run. Montano's been in there for a while with the Kiwi McJake. Now Cash Key goes up. The 14 runners ready. Off and running. Came out in a good line. No speed after the start. Dropping back was Stks, and one of the best away, Lontano. It flew out and landed a length and a half to Sheer Contempt, and Vladivostok going up quickly. Lontano led Vladivostok, Sheer Contempt, Happy Morning and McJake. A length and a half further back in the race then came Quit Smoking from Aussie's Lad. Mr. Magoo tracking deep around Queen Carey. Tyson's Bite very wide. Further back in the race, Surtees. Pat and Pay, Rain Gauge and Cash Key last of all. Well off the fence coming down the side. Lontano about a half in front of Vladivostok, and back inside this leader now, Sheer Contempt. A length and a half, Happy Morning 4th, 2 to Mr. Magoo out deep. Around Aussie's Lad, back in the middle, Quit Smoking. McJake under pressure, the rail. Surtees back in the middle, 2 to Pat and Pay, Rain Gauge. Queen Carey doing nothing at the moment, followed by Cash Key whipping around the outside of Tyson's Bite. Lontano the leader before the turn. 3 off the fence, about